Hey guys, Kate Kennedy here with my first May layout for you, and I'm super excited because I love this kit. It is so awesome. So I'm starting off with this picture that I took of some flowers in our den, and you can see that piece of Heidi Swap paper underneath there with the circles on it, and also a piece from Pink Paisley, and then another one from Heidi Swap, and the pink on the top is from Chic Tags Cloud9 collection called Lovely. So I'm going to start off by trimming down some of the white space on this photograph a little bit, and it's probably like a 5 by 4 or like 4.5 by 4. It's kind of an odd shape. I really don't know how it ended up printing like that. And I'm just going to give a little bit of a disclaimer here. This video is a little bit longer than my normal process videos because this layout went in like a completely different direction than what I started off in my head thinking I was going to do. And instead of editing all of that process out, I thought that I would mix it up a little bit and leave it in there and kind of talk you through it. I like to see videos like that because I think that it's interesting to me how people think through uh, when things start to take a turn in a different direction, if they just go with it, if they fight against it, that kind of thing. And I find myself referencing those videos whenever I'm working on a project and I find myself at the same crossroads. Anyhow, so I'm starting off with some definitive choices here, and that is to use that black and white Heidi Swap paper as kind of a big mat, and then to mat the photograph on top of that pink Chic Tags paper with a lot of space left. And I know for certain that I want to use this pink paisley paper as half of the page. So because it has a design that can easily be cut in half. So what I did was cut it 6 by 12 and got a piece of the white cardstock from the kit, and I've laid that to the left side because I know that I want that there. I also love this camera from one of the Amy Tangerine +9 pages, and again, this takes a total turn because what I initially thought I was going to do is something similar to what you've probably seen Ashley Fowler do. She's also a design team member. She does a lot of where she uses a full length of paper on a layout, which I never do. I always have a lot of white space, and I love her layouts where she uses like a whole 12-inch piece of paper. So my intention was to do that, and then a lot of times she'll have like different blocks of embellishments on the side and stuff. She does a really good job with that kind of layout, with all her layouts, but that style in particular, which is something that I don't do very well, so I wanted to give it a try. So that's why I cut these different journaling cards and blocks of paper out, because I thought that I was going to kind of have the picture on the left on the pattern paper and then white on the right hand side and kind of embellish it and make it look pretty cool and thought out. And that is just not what happened. You were going to see it takes a drastic turn. I found this to be way too blocky. Like there's way too many squares and rectangles going on, and there's really not a lot of circles in this assortment of things that I've picked out here. So there's definitely a lot in the kit. I just didn't pick them out. I kind of boxed myself in literally. So I'm going this is like kind of my initial pass through of all the embellishments, because from the time I do my open box video to the time I do a layout, I've already forgotten what all the details are because I'm so excited when I do the open box. I don't like take it all in. So I kind of do like an initial pass and take out things that I think I'm going to use. So I've decided that I'm going to put this picture up on some foam dimensional adhesive, and I was about to glue that down, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to get my removable adhesive out first. So I actually put that whole thing down with removable, which is great because I end up moving it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the branding strip off, and I'm going to permanently stick this down on the left hand side of this white 12 by 12 paper, which I end up leaving that there. So I have this Amy Tangerine tag here that's awesome. It says hello and it has some stitching through it, and I really want to use it, but it doesn't end up making it. These little Studio Calico paper clips in these like gradient yellows are awesome. They're so cool. So I've decided that what I'm not liking about that camera, what's not working for me, is that it's a square or a rectangle. So I decided to kind of fussy cut it out which was really quick and easy. I left a little bit of the pink border because the colors that I'm kind of going for at this point are just the pink, the yellow, black, and white, basically. And I wanted to keep some of that pink. So I'm going to kind of move this around. And I have pretty much embellishments from the main kit and all of the add-ons out at this point. A lot of them don't end up on the final layout, and then some that I don't have out now end up on the final layout. So as you can see, I'm really struggling with the composition of this layout. I feel like I have the left side pretty good, but the right side is just not working for me. And like I said, this is a little bit of a longer video because I decided to leave in all of this. Let me know if you prefer the shorter, like half the time, like 7-minute videos where I pretty much just show you what I did and not really a whole lot of the thought behind it. So, did you know that you can cut these wood veneers with the Tim Holtz scissors? Oh, yes, you can. I don't know what in the world possessed me to try that, because had it not worked, I would have been so upset because I love those. But it actually does work. They're pretty thin. They're not like the traditional wood veneer. I also have out some of the other, there's two kinds of wood veneer in this month's supplies. There's the basic gray capture, which are the plain ones, and then the other ones are also basic gray, but they come in the main kit and you don't get the whole pack, so I'm not sure what they're from. So I'm taking this, is from the stamp add-on, this roller stamp, which is awesome, I love it, and some black archival ink, and I'm just going to start rolling hearts, and what I end up doing is creating a background of hearts, which I actually really like, and I'll probably do on another layout. It's just, it was too busy with the pattern and everything going on the left hand side, so you'll see what I do in a second, but I'm just adding a little bit to the pattern paper also. I do like the hearts, it just doesn't work on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search through the pattern papers and basically cover up the other half of this layout of this 12 by 12 piece of paper. And I end up going with this Heidi Swap, which I love, these circles. And I thought when I saw this paper that I was going to have a hard time using it because it is pretty busy. But I really love the way that this looks with the kind of chevron-y, or I don't know what you call that, diagonal of the yellow paper. So this layout ends up being totally outside of the box because, as you can see, there is zero white space. And if you've seen my videos, you know I love some white space. But sometimes you just get inspired, and I definitely get inspired by the other design team members on the hip kit. And both Ashley Fowler, Ashley Horton, and Emily do a really good job of mixing the patterns and doing really bright paper heavy layouts, and I really love that. Whereas I feel like the other two girls and myself do more white space layouts, which is, I mean, I love all of them. I just really like the fact that I find myself being inspired by my fellow design team members to do something that's a little bit different, and it turns out that different is fun, because I really love the way this layout turned out. So I'm talking and not telling you what I'm doing. That is comes in the main kit. It's a little, like, it's like a paper pad of embellishments from the Highline collection from Basic Gray, and I just cut some of them apart. They're all different sizes. They're not like 4x6 and 3x4. There are some that are 4x6 and 3x4, but not all of them. So you get a good variation of different shapes and sizes. So now I'm going through these Cloud9 Chic Tags acetate pieces, and I pull out that lovely, and then I pick something else, and then I end up going back to the lovely. So that's what ends up on the layout. But for a second here, I'm going to think about using this one that says favorite place, but that doesn't make sense because it's just a picture of our like table next to our couch, and it's not my favorite place. So, you know, I keep going to these. I want to use these so bad, but I just couldn't get in my head that they weren't going to work on this layout because the colors are muted and these colors are super bright, and there was just no way it was going to work, and I just couldn't get over that. So whenever I get stumped on something, I move on. Like I'm moving to the title. I absolutely love these thickers by Cal Barteski, I think is her name. And I want the title to say Hello Spring Flowers is what I'm going for here. So I thought about mixing with that teal font or thicker, which I also love, but that color is just not the colors in that high swap paper. It's not really a teal. It's more like a cornflower blue, and the teal just didn't look right. So I'm going to go with the black and then the pink glittery thickers, which is so fun. I believe all 3 sets of thickers this month are from Amy Tangerine. I'm pretty sure they are. So I'm going to go with these, and I'm just going to spell out the word flowers. And let me tell you what those stickers are called, those pink ones. They are called The Other Half. And the color is taffy. So I'm actually going to put the word flowers onto this little basic gray strip that I cut out of that pack. And I normally bunch my letters all up together, but on this one, I really like how I spaced them out. I like the way that that looks. I think it it's more impactful when it's spaced out like that. Well, because it covers more space for one thing. So then I'm using the old wax paper trick and laying my title there. I end up separating it a little bit, and you'll see in just a second. But I'm going through the basic gray Highline chipboard that comes in the main kit. You get this full pack. It's awesome. And I could have used more, but I was like, I have so many more layouts to do. I don't want to use it all up. I don't know why. There's so much in this kit. I never use it up. So again, I try to use that yellow photo corner, and I'm like, that's not going to work. So I go with using this black and white pattern paper, which literally I would love to have like 50 sheets of, because I love this paper, this black and white stripe. I love black and white stripe paper, period, but this one is really good. So I end up cutting 4, and they're all different sizes. I just cut like triangles to stick in the corners. And as you can see, I had a very hard time figuring out how to get them all going the same way so that the stripes were always horizontal. I don't think it's that difficult. I think it's one of those things that I was making it harder than it was. Do y'all ever do that? I'm really bad about that. I make things a lot harder on myself than they actually are. So I'm just messing around with this chipboard pennant there, and I think that's where I'm going to have it, and then I end up moving it. So I really like this You Brighten Up My Day sticker from Pink Paisley. So I'm going to stick it on some wax paper and put it down in the bottom right hand corner, and I'm going to finally use one piece from that Pink Paisley set, and it is just a little tiny teal heart. So I guess I did use something, so that's good. I'm just fussing with some more things, and in a second it's gonna skip ahead to having everything adhered down. I don't add anything that you don't see. So now everything's just adhered. That's all I've done here. And you can see that I moved the title around a little bit. I'm actually using some enamel dots. Both of those sets were from previous hip kits, and I kind of keep those supplies so that I can sometimes incorporate them into a current layout. I'm going to use this Highline Alphabet, which is awesome. You get this in the main kit, and you get so many, I think it's like 5 colors. I'm just going to put Mobile, Alabama, because that's where this picture, that's where we live. So I just like to put that on there sometimes. And then I'm going to use some of the Heidi Swap Color Shine in Teal and kind of splatter that around, and that is going to finish the layout. So here is a kind of close look, and then you're going to see a full picture. And I really love the way it turned out, and I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys real soon. Oh, if you subscribe to the Hip Kit, use the code kraftinkate, and you'll get a free pattern paper add-on. Thanks for watching.